Hello, kia ora, hujambo, and dear family members and friends, brothers and sisters, and honorable members of parliament at the Africa Auckland Day. How are you? Sending my best regards from, right now I'm at the Muhammad Ali Center in Louisville, Kentucky. I'll take you inside in a second and tell you why I'm standing here and what's special about this place, for me at least, and actually for all of humanity really. I came here today, mainly for you, to record this video before I go back to Washington, where I actually arrived early in the morning today. No sleep, LA, Washington, Louisville, Kentucky, just here to talk to you. I'm here at Washington because I'm a personal guest, invited guest at the White House by the President and the First Lady, President Obama, on Sunday for the 150th year anniversary celebrations of the legacy of Abraham Lincoln. And there's another 2 days, which is Saturday and Monday, where there'll be other events and gala events I'll be attending as a guest of the Ford's Theater Society, who have been upkeeping the legacy of Abraham Lincoln for the last, I don't know how many years now, but they've been going for quite a while. So I'm their guest for 2 days and guest of the President and the First Lady for 1 day. And today I'm here at the Ali Center to show you how greatness is made. I'm here to talk to you about how legacies are made and how greatness becomes reality through intention, hard work, ethics, and really service and excellence, service to humanity. Because at the end of the day, we are all human. When I arrived today to LA, yesterday actually, to LA, the nice customs officer was asking me what I'm doing here and you know, had a look at paperwork and all these things. And when I told him that I'm here to be at the White House as the guest of the President, and I showed him the invitation, he was like, wow, who are you? And for a moment there I thought about it and I said, in my mind, very quickly it went through my mind, I'm not here as a leading dentist or an educator to the profession or a leadership author or any of those roles that I play, or even my background or where I am. I'm not a diplomat or a politician, so I'm not representing New Zealand as a diplomat basically. I do represent New Zealand as my home. I do represent my background. I'm an Arab, I'm an African, I'm a Muslim, I'm a human above everything else. So all I could say at that moment was, I'm just me. And he smiled and said, that's good enough. And now here I am, first in Washington and now in Louisville, Kentucky at the Muhammad Ali Center. So let's go inside. I want to show you a few things and share a few ideas with you and a few concepts, because what I truly believe in is that showing up as the human being that you are, showing up in excellence and really serving, deciding to serve humanity and leading your own life to become an inspiration. And by that word, inspire comes from inspirare, which means in spiritus, which is in spirit. So to become an inspiration, to connect with the spirits of other human beings, so that we as a society and as a world of human beings can become better. That is how legends are made. That's how greatness is made. Martin Luther King said, everyone has the power for greatness. Not for fame, but for greatness. Because greatness is determined by service. And that's what I truly believe in. Service in excellence to improve the quality of life and help human beings become better is really ultimately how you lead a legacy. One thing that I wrote in my book, 40 Leadership, which you will have copies of at the end of the Africa Day, Auckland today, is that electing new country leaders cannot change the world. Electing to be a personal leader, taking charge of your own life and determining to do better and become better every day is the way. That, my friend, is how you change the world. And the change that I'm talking about is not just change for the sake of change. It's conscious evolution, change forward, transformation forward. That is evolution. So conscious, deliberate evolution, that is not automatic or spontaneous, as some people might say, spontaneous evolution. That doesn't happen with humans, because humans aspire. We aspire to do better, to become more, to share more, to collaborate more, to create this space called home for ourselves and for others. Basically, what we're doing is we're not human beings. We are consciously being human. So I'd like to ask you this question. How are you being? If I'm asking you that question will be how are you being? If you're asking yourself, or I'm asking myself, how am I being? How am I being today? So I can determine what I'm becoming tomorrow. Because whatever you've become today, what you have become so far, is a result of how you've been being until now. And what we have become as humanity, as a human race, until now is a result of how we have been being so far. So what are we being now? What and why and how are we being right now to determine how we are becoming, what we are going to become in future? I also believe that it is the responsibility. It's not luck or I also believe that it is the responsibility, the inherent responsibility of my generation, the XY generation of today, to create a new timeline for our future as a united human race. Because ultimately, life is not a race against each other. Life is a journey of one race together. And always keep in mind that one is not a number, one is a unit. It's a number and a unit of itself, but it's also the unit that makes up every other number. Any number is a unit, but it's also multiples of units of one. Without one, there can't be many, and without many, technically there's no one. Everything is one. So how are we becoming one? How are we uniting, not despite our diversity, but how are we uniting through our diversity? And how are we integrating the diversity that exists within each one of us, as well as within every family, every society, every organization, every nation, and the whole wide world? How are we integrating all that diversity into the oneness from which we came, as which we exist, and to which we return? How is one becoming ideal? How is one becoming better? That's the question I would like to leave you with. However, let's go inside and have a look, because I want to show you a few things special inside there. Okay, so now we're inside the Ali Center, and this is the special part where I want to show you, where thankfully, with the grace of God, I had the opportunity and the invitation to be part of actually inspiring greatness. As you can see right there, we have inspiring greatness. Right underneath here is Dr. Hisham Abdallah. Yeah, that's me. So in the lobby and the center, hopefully for the rest of its existence, my name would hang there. Now, this is not something that I'm just proud of. Of course, yes, I'm proud, but I'm actually humbled to be part of this legacy of a person who represented humanity as it should be. Despite all his faults and mishaps, being a human, and we all have our own faults and our own shortcomings, at the end of the day, what matters is the intent and the action that we bring about to inspire human beings and to get people out of the gutters, not by feeling sorry for them, because pity does not help human beings. Sympathy doesn't help anyone. We need empathy. It's, hey, I'm sorry for what's going on. How can I help? And then do that help. Do something better. Become a hero, because every one of us can become a hero. Heroes are not extraordinary human beings. They're ordinary human beings who do extraordinary things. So don't be scared of this word. Don't be scared, oh my God, they're heroes, they're great. Everyone has the power for greatness, just like Martin Luther King said. Everyone, every ordinary human being, and we're all ordinary human beings who decide to do extraordinary things. And you know what? When you do stand out of the crowd and people look at you as outstanding, you become outstanding. It's interesting things happen, because this is really what's happening to me throughout large parts of my life, and definitely in the last few months. This is exactly what's been happening. When you stand out and you speak up and you don't give up despite all your struggles and all your stresses and strains and many issues that might happen in life, well, time doesn't stop. Time continues with or without humanity. It's something that we cannot control. It is relevant to us, we're not relevant to it. So it never stops, the world doesn't stop turning, the sun doesn't stop its cycle. However, human beings, when you stand out, other human beings will stop. They will pause for that magical moment to look at you and say, I wonder, how could I be like that? I wonder, how
can I serve like that person? I wonder, what could I do to become outstanding and great and a hero? And how can I serve better? So it's our duty, like I said. It's everybody's innate desire to be significant and to have some influence. And influence means inflow. That's simply what it means, really. Influence does not mean I control human beings. It just means I'm in flow with more human beings. Inspire, as I said, is in spiritus. I'm in spirit with other human beings. That's an innate desire in all of us. The only question becomes, how do we connect our minds with intention, focusing our attention, and having the right attitude, and then having the aptitude, the ability, or the fitness to receive. Aptus is fitness in Latin, which means, literally, am I fit enough? Psychologically, humanly, and bodily, am I ready and fit enough to receive and deal with this greatness that will be coming my way when I laser focus my attention on being great, serving in excellence, and being an outstanding human being? And how does that flow back to me? How do I become influential, in flow with others around me? So with that, I would like to say thank you for being part of my journey, and I look forward to being part of your journey and your story and our collective story. At the end of the day, that's really what matters. It's me and we, because without me, there is no we. Without we, there is no me. Without an audience, there is no hero, no play, and nothing to say. So be that hero, be the audience as well. Ask how you can help, but also remember that you must always ask for help, because as much as you want to be a hero to others, you will always be in need of others being heroes to you and saving you and helping you when you need that. Accepting yourself and accepting others is really the challenge of our lives. Not seeing yourself as above others and not seeing anybody else as below you, because nobody's beneath or above the other. Kings are not kings, and presidents are not presidents, and champions are not champions. They're all human beings who do these things and become roles. They write stories and play those roles in them. So it's up to all of us and any of us to write those roles. So when we stand face to face with a human being, nobody's above another or below the other. We are all equal in potential. However, we're not equal in outcome, mainly because of the roles that we play and the journeys that we take, that we choose to make. So until I see you next time, please check out the book and check out drhishan.com. If you want to actually just get the first 4 parts of the audiobook and the ebook for free, just go on there and download those. The book is available with Amin, and thank you, Amin, for this opportunity, by the way, to present it to the group and for bringing the books in. Amin means to be honest, so I totally trust you that this will be a magnificent event and a fantastic executive opportunity for you to be part of this group into the future and help us lead our youth into integrating into their new society and making this a new venture to transcend and transform what we know today as a world of conflict into becoming a world of integrity and unity through our diversity. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
Okay, back in Washington again. 2 hours flight, plus driving, plus of course going to the airport. So I can tell you, 2 days without sleep, pretty hard. However, I'm still very excited, and I thought, what better place to finish this video than the Lincoln Memorial. I was inside a little while ago, but there's too many people, so I don't think so. It's okay to record the video inside. You won't hear me much. So the Lincoln Memorial is behind me, and if I turn around, you will see the rest of the memorial there. And I can tell you one thing, it's very humbling to be in a place like this. A place where people like Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King and many others have stood in front of thousands, hundreds of thousands, more or less, I don't know, and really changed mindsets, changed people's behavior, changed people's purpose and drive towards really uniting as a humankind, as leaders. It's not the one leader who changed everything, it's the one leader who inspired many other leaders to change things and change humanity. So I'm talking here about mere mortal
human leaders. I'm not talking about saints and prophets. We don't choose to be those, but we can all choose to be leaders of character and quality of personality that really inspires humankind to grow their own leadership and drive that mass evolution together. It was somewhere around here where 150 years ago, just imagine that, 150 years ago, Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery in the United States. However, it took 100 years more before the civil rights movement started again, and one of the, obviously the biggest moments was the I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King that really made that change happen and become more real for more people. 100 years. And now here I am standing in this space, in this arena, in the same environment that 50 years on, yes, a lot of things have changed, but now we're seeing more of these changes needing to be done and people standing up. There's a whole new wave of conscious movement around the world. It's not just here in the United States. It's in Europe, it's in the Middle East, it's in Africa, it is in Asia, it is everywhere. The same movement is happening again because we have a new generation, Generation XY, our generation. And we have that responsibility to carry that vision forward and really finish that dream. Because I think enough is enough. What do you think? There's no more need for that segregation and division and hierarchies and color differences and all of the other things that we keep seeing and economic crises and all these things that are really degrading humanity. You know, instead of evolving, people are still in that, or kept in that mind slavery mindset towards disintegrating. So instead of evolving, we're dissolving really. But of course, we're not allowing it to happen. Like I said, that conscious global movement of leaders, especially youth leaders, are moving it forward so that we know that we will not allow it to dissolve and we will only continue to evolve. I wish you can really see the view from here and enjoy the pleasure of being in this moment. Because like my mentor, Bob Proctor, always says, life is the opposite of magic. Because when you understand how magic happens, the magic disappears. However, when you understand how life happens, the magic begins. So this is a blatant call for all of us to unite as young leaders, moving forward from here to create our own magic, to master our magic, master our minds and unite our minds. Starting with our own families and our own workspaces and professions and societies and nation and then the whole wide world. It's not that everybody will change everything everywhere, but together, when we focus on being the best that we can be and always better and better, which is the definition of excellence as I define it, it's just a decision to do better today than you did yesterday and better tomorrow than you're doing today. It's always better being, better being, better being. That's excellence. Once we all commit to that, with the majority of us, we will drive that movement forward. So I call upon you, join me please, and let's do that together. Because I tell you one thing, dreams never come true. Not even in fairy tales, just by wishing. Dreams only come true when held strongly with a desire in the heart and done and acted upon by an absolute determination to win, even if you have to give up your life for it. You know what? Because you're giving up your life anyway for a dream. What is that dream? Whose dream is it? What's that dream worth? Is it worthy of you? Is it worthy of us? So we're all giving up our lifetime for something. What is that something? What are we going and what are we leaving behind as a legacy? What are we giving to our children? And what humankind, what being are we becoming? That's the question I'll leave you with. Until I see you next time, always strive to look better, feel better, and be better. Oh, and before I go, when I do meet Brother Obama, President Obama, I will make sure that I tell him that my Kiwi cousins say hi, and my Afro bros, my Afro-Kiwi bros also say hi. So I'll make sure that I pass your regards on to him on your behalf. Thank you and have a lovely day. I will see you back in Auckland and hopefully we'll have days of talking and inspirational talks and engagements where we'll drive each other forward. We'll create better societies, better businesses and better service for humanity. And I hope to see you there. Take care. See you soon.